Hey, how's it going? Seth here. So I wanted to make a quick update to this lesson about creating a voicemail greeting to answer the inbound calls from motivated sellers. Before you run off and copy my exact voicemail system word for word, I just want to make you aware of some ways that I think the land business has changed. So years ago, the land investing world was a lot quieter. Back when I first started in land investing, there was literally no competition whatsoever. As the years have gone by, there's been more and more land investors coming into the space, which isn't the end of the world, but it does make things a little bit more complicated, especially when you start using this particular type of voicemail greeting to answer your inbound calls. So back when there was less competition in the land investing world, you could send out a batch of letters and you could afford to make sellers listen to a 2-minute long voicemail greeting, and they would leave their info and you could wait a day or two before you got back to them, and you could still get a land deal because there were no other buyers out there. If these sellers wanted to sell to anybody, you would be their only option. But that's kind of changed in most markets. In some markets are a little bit different than others, but in a lot of places these days, landowners are getting hit from multiple angles. They're getting offers on the regular from other land investors, just like you. Some of them even get cold calls and texts. That means that you don't have the luxury of making them wait anymore. You can still offer below market value prices, and you can still do a lot of other things that land investors need to do to make money. But when it comes to this initial step of starting the conversation with a motivated seller, let's be honest, if a seller calls your number and hears a super long voicemail that sounds like a robot and then has to leave a message with no clue if or when they're ever going to hear back from you, a lot of people are going to hang up and move on to the next investor if they're getting other offers. And not everybody is. I don't mean to make it sound like in every market there's just land investors on every corner, because that's not the case. But in some of the hotter land markets out there, you're definitely not going to be alone in making offers to people. And that doesn't mean this voicemail method doesn't work at all, but the bar is higher now. So I'm going to show you a few ways you can stand out if you're still using a voicemail greeting like what we're talking about here to answer your inbound calls. So first off, keep it short, right? If you're going to use a voicemail greeting, try to cut it way down. We're talking 20 to 30 seconds max. Make it sound like you just missed the call and you're going to call them back ASAP. So here's a simple example. You could say, "Hey, this is Seth. Sorry I missed your call. If you're calling about a property you'd like to sell, just leave your name, the property's location, and a number I can reach you at, and I'll get back to you shortly." It sounds real, it's short, and it sets the expectation that you're going to respond. Another thing you can do is to text them back immediately. Even if you can't answer the phone live, you should be sending out an automated text message right after they call. And this can be done automatically. You don't need to be there yourself sending this, whether you're using something like OpenPhone or Stride CRM or any other phone service out there. Most of them have the ability to do this. You could send them a quick message that says something like, "Hey, sorry I missed your call. Is this about a property you're looking to sell?" That's enough to start a conversation and show them that a real person is on the other side. Also, call them back quickly if the deal is worth it. So if you hear a message that sounds even mildly motivated, call them back as fast as you can. Don't wait 2 or 3 or 5 days, and don't wait until you get around to it. The sooner you follow up, the more likely you are to close that deal before somebody else does. Another thing you can do here if you want to circumvent the whole voicemail greeting altogether and not even mess with it is hire a service like PatLive, and they'll put an actual human on the phone to respond as these people call, so they never even have to listen to a voicemail greeting. Or you could use a live AI voice agent like what we have in Stride CRM, which is a fraction of the cost of PatLive, and it frankly does a great job, sometimes even better than PatLive does. This live AI voice agent sounds very real, very human, and it collects all the same information and can even add follow-up questions if it needs to. It's pretty cool. Just in general, try to make this easy for the seller. Remember, your job is to get the deal closed as quickly as possible, so don't make them jump through hoops. Don't make them listen to a lecture. Don't make them wait for days before you respond. Be the one investor who actually calls them back, texts them, or even answers the phone live when they call. That alone will set you apart from 90% of the other people in this business. Look, the bottom line is, the market is more competitive than it used to be 10 years ago. The investors who are winning deals are the ones who respond fast. They know how to build rapport with the seller, and they show that they're ready to move. You do need to think about the journey your seller is going through, giving them a good experience and making it simple and showing that you're a real human. So use this voicemail method if it fits in your workflow. It's a great fallback option. You could even make it your primary method if you make it short and to the point, but be smart about how you use it. Combine it with automation, fast follow-up, and a little personal touch, and you'll close a lot more deals than the folks who are following some course that was made back in 2013. Sound good? Best of luck, and I'll talk to you again soon.